Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. Today, we're going to be working with some floppy drives. Woo! 5.25-inch floppy drives. Everyone loves old floppy drives, right? So, why are we working with some old floppy drives? Well, so I'm building this 486 system that I've been working on off and off for the last couple of weeks since I got back from the VCF East swap meet. And let's show you. I'm weird in that I have lots of floppy drives around, but I want one particular drive that matches this the 3.5-inch drive. So I want this color to match. So I really need this floppy drive to work. All the rest of my floppy drives, the color is just not the same. So that's what we're going to do today. And let's say hi to everyone in the chat. We got Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, Trina's Techno Babble, Vic the Vicar, Sloopy Malibu, the Panman GR. I already said Vic the Vicar. You get 2 highs. Sloopy Malibu, Garth Beagle, Gut Bomb. How's it going, everybody? Thank you for being here. Always great to see you. So let's get to let's show you what I'm doing here. So real quick here. Scene. Okay, so this drive right here that's got like rust spots and it's kind of nasty, this is my best functioning floppy drive. So this is my gold standard. I know it's gross looking, but it works perfectly. And on the back here, there we go. There's our floppy test from Norton Diagnostics. Our speed is pretty darn close to 358.7 as opposed to 360, but it passes all of its tests. I can do this 100 times and it'll work. Other floppy drives I have, not so much. So I'm going to shut this down. And so here we have Tech Ambrosia's beautiful test bench with our 486 that we were using for testing a little while ago. Let's pull this out and let me show you what this floppy drive does. Let's keep the magnet a little bit away from the floppies. So this. So this is our good. This one goes in the IBM 5170 that I've been working on. Set that aside. Okay, so this is the one I want. Norton Utilities can do diagnostics on floppy drives. Back in the old days, yes, and diags. Let me say, did I miss anything? I had an echo. Okay, that's not me. My girlfriend in '89 had a PC case just like that, 386 DX25. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get back to that case in a minute. I love this case. So I found that that case at the VCF East swap meet, and it came with the power supply. And he wanted $20. Well, he wanted more than $20, but I talked him down to $20. When I got it back, the power supply was busted. We fixed that last weekend on the stream, and so that power supply is cranking along. I got the numbers fixed on the front. We'll go over that later. Okay, so here we are with this. Garth Beagle says, congrats on hitting 500 subs. Yes, thank you, Garth. Let's go here. Very exciting that I hit 500. Okay, we're going to A:. And you can hear the drive going, maybe. I can hear the drive going. It's going and going, going. Not a whole lot's happening. General failure, reading drive A. Okay, so we got our abort, retry, fail. And we're going to just fail that. Okay, so we're done with that for now. Speaking of subscribers, just a reminder, when I hit 512 subscribers, I'm going to restore and give away another Macintosh LC3. Okay, so when it comes to floppy drives, right, most of the time, it's not the caps. Well, from my understanding, I haven't fixed too many of these. And this was the same disk that I used in the previous test with the other drive. Sorry, 1 second here. Okay, so most of the time what happens with these things is the track 0 sensor gets out of alignment. And that's, I don't know where it is here, but basically you can fix that alignment, and then your floppy drive goes back to where it should be. But let's see, 503, this service is not available. So most of the time when you have that alignment problem, what you can do is you have these two screws right here, and you loosen up those screws a little bit, and you rotate this jobby, and basically that fixes your track 0. You can't see it in this particular drive, but it basically shifts the read heads up and down. So yeah, you just adjust these two screws. You can see this one I've adjusted a little bit. I always, when I do this, I put a mark where it starts and where it winds up. You adjust it, lock it back down, see if it works. There are ways, if you're fancy and you have a oscilloscope, that you can test this and make sure that the things are all right. But generally, if you're more low tech, generally how I am, just tweaking it a little bit, seeing if it works is good enough for our purposes. But let's look at this floppy drive and why this one is vexing me. What we can see here is that we have our adjustment screws down below here. And so it's really, I guess you can kind of get to it. Yeah, you can kind of get to it. And so you loosen up these screws, and then you slide the whole little bracket with the motor on it back and forth, which is kind of a unique adjustment mechanism. But the other thing is, I noticed down here, so if we look on this side of this board, all of our solder joints are nice and shiny. And if we go to this side where we have our aluminum polymer caps, these are kind of crusty and gross. So we're going to recap this thing, because why the heck not? And if that doesn't work, then we'll futz around with these two screws. Here's a dumb question. Gut bomb. There are no dumb questions. Normally I ask things that are just obscenely ridiculous. Are the bezels interchangeable? So that's one of the beauty of old drives, right? If we look at this, some of us are Mac people, right? They use the same floppy drive for 15 years basically? No, not that long, but a really long time. Look at these two drives. You can see on the left we have two screws on the top. If we flip this one around, we have two screws on the bottom. They're very different drives. And so, yeah, we can look across all my drives and basically the things are not swappable. Trina's Techno Babble says, did I mention you are my all-time favorite streamer? Of course I am, Trina. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Trina. That's very nice. But you don't get extra bonus points in the LC3 giveaway. All right, so what are we doing here? Let's start with these aluminum polymers on the back. Can we zoom in a little bit? All right, we've been going for like 5 minutes already, 6 minutes, and I still have not broken out the solder hammer. This is entirely too long. Okay, set this aside over here. Got some tweezers. Sorry, I was running around like crazy this morning. Not quite ready for today's stream. This cap's gonna blow. Wow. There it goes. Oh yeah, that one needed to be redone. We'll look at it later. Smells like fish. Alright. Nice. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. Look at all that crustiness down there. That one came off pretty easily. Alright, well, let's see. Do we have a swab hanging out? No. Swab. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention what kind of drive this is. What is this one? This is a Toshiba ND08DE. You don't need flux to desolder typically. Although this is pretty nasty. So we're going to get under the microscope here in a second. And yeah. Okay. Gross. All right, let's see this mess in the microscope. Microscope on. Look at that. And Jeremy's here. How's it going, Jeremy? All right. So, yeah, we're going to flux this up now. Okie dokie. Crusty burger, as somebody says. Wow. That's bad. This reminds me of some Macs. Yeah, so it wasn't so ridiculous to recap this one. Everything is broken garage. How's it going, Ryan? Aren't you at an event today? Wow. What a mess. Gross. Gutbomb has a pile of dead for parts classic boards that I call fish and chips. Okay. Ooh, sorry, I need to move this a little bit. Oof. I didn't think this was going to be this bad. Oof. Of course, that isopropanol is not helping in that it's cooling down. The evaporative cooling effects. Go. Oh, where's that flux? I just had the flux. Yeah. I am awesome. What the heck is going on here? Where's my flux? Where the flux did I put that flux? Wow, I'm off to a great start today. I'm not a particularly big fan of veggie burgers. I do love the Beyond Burger, though. Okay, fine. Let's find a different tube of flux. I can't believe I just lost the flux. Need a syringe, though. Or a needle, sorry. What's going on, Chris? Yes. As Garth would say, these pads are sus. That one's fine. This one's pretty bad. Might have to get a little abrasive with this one. That one will recover. Wow. It ain't happy though. Jeez. What a freaking mess. Alright, so what we're gonna do here. Just come in, we gotta clean it off again. I did really not think this was gonna be that bad. Gonna buy an $8 Ford engine, Jeremy? Okay, so this little thing right here, this is an abrasive eraser kind of thing. It works really well for polishing and like removing corrosion on stuff. How's that look? Let's try to see if I can get it less glary for you, but you can see how we've removed most of the corrosion and stuff on there. So now, oh, I found my tube of flux. Right where I left it. Come back in. And it's hard to see in the camera, but it's basically bare copper now. On that top pad anyway. That bottom pad's nasty. This will be good enough. Okay, so what do we need here? This capacitor was a 22 microfarad, 25 volt. And we're going to use Tants. Thought you were at the dentist. Yeah. Oh, how did that... Was that really bad coming through the microphone? That grindy noise? Take a little bit. Get rid of some of this solder. I forgot that we're doing tantalums. Okay, so that's telling us we got plus there. Oh, jeez. And I'm flinging solder all over the place. Okay. Okie dokie. Got our new tant on there. We're soldered up all pretty. Except for that little crap over there. Oh well. Okay, that one's on. What was our other one? I think this is 4.7 microfarad, 25 volts. Okay. Again, we're going to go tantalum. Oh, it's a tiny guy. There we go. Alrighty. So what do you think? Should we try this one first? Let's go back to this. Okay, get this out of our face. Put my caps back in the bag before I lose them. Cap pile. Let's do a little cleaning there. This was gross. A new swab. Well, of course we're going to test it, but do you think we should do the other caps before we test it, or see if this fixed it magically? I'm kind of curious, so it doesn't take that long to boot the system up. Why does everyone come to my stream to see magic smoke? I told Justin this week that it's okay if he wants to have some magic smoke on his streams. Oh, but we're not even gonna see it. Gonna go the other way. Okay. Now where did I put my floppies? Oh, jeez. With the hard drive magic smoke, I was able to get the magic smoke back in. Yeah, that was pretty fortunate. I'm surprised that that drive still lives. Okay, so it just spun up and sooked. What's the passive seek? Oh. No twist on the cable is the drive jumpered right. Yeah, it's twisted. It's just further down. There it is. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ho ho ho! Look, it did a thing. Holy crap. Let's so we'll format this thing with the system stuff on there. Oh, it just made it. Oh no, there it goes. Yeah. Who would have freaking thought of floppy drive recap would fix it? Oh, jeez. I guess sometimes you gotta recap a thing. Some A-class YouTuber skills right there. Not quite. Oh, God. Alright, we gonna get our system files transferred? Yep, we did. Nice. Alright, Garth, thanks for stopping by. Always great to see you. Alright, so let's go. Discs. Sorry, my microphone's in the way. Look at that random seek action. Is the seek noise coming through on the microphone? Hey, Dave Diamond. It does have a good beat, does it? Oh, we got a CRC error. So I didn't like the, I'm not going to do that one. $359.2 on the speed. That's pretty nice. Alright, so we're sort of working here. Let's do the ones on the other part of the board. Alright, let's escape out of here. Shut the system down. Stop looking at my face. Nobody wants to see that. Okay. Knob twiddling time. Yeah, probably should do some slight alignments on this thing. But heck, while we're recapping floppy drives, let's go full bore and do the other caps on this thing. Alright, what do we got here? Is that actually a connector? Yep. Okay, we got a connector here. And then I think we have this annoying kind of, let's just plug wires into a thing kind of connector. Yep. I hate those kind. And now this is the difficult part. Gotta be really careful with these little cables. It's kind of nice. This one actually has these slidey caps or slidey clips on there. Normally they don't have that. All right, so what do we got here? We got 33 microfarad, 25 volt. I think I bought those as well. Oh, what Jeremy asked, would anyone here use electrolytic capacitors in place of tantalums? Yeah, I mean, as long as you're replacing what's the word I'm looking for? Polarized. As long as you're replacing a polarized cap with a polarized cap, it should be fine. All right. I guess we'll go back under the microscope for this. Okay, so I think. Oh shoot! I should have got Gutbomb's Moo gun. Show you how the Moo gun works. I told you I'm not ready for today's stream. I should have prepared better. I apologize, everyone. I will do better in the future. But I had to run out this morning and get a cement mixer. And I have a big cement job that I need to do, and so I really needed a cement mixer for it, and one popped up pretty cheap, so I wanted to go do that. And the battery in my truck was fried, so I had to go to the auto parts store, get a new battery. No, not a giant truck. It's, just one of those things where you dump a bag of concrete or two into the wheel and it spins. Yeah, apparently the weekend staff at the auto parts store is not as together as the weekday staff, or it was just real busy. I don't know. It just took a long time. Guess we're gonna use some hot air. These things are a pain. Ugh. Oh, sorry. Sorry, 1 second, folks. Oh, I'm really doing awful today. Where did I get the battery? I got the battery at, I'm trying to think, because it used to be something else. It's a Car Quest. Yeah. Okay. There go that thing. That thing. Okay, we got 2 more. I think this time I'm going to try to use the regular soldering iron. So let's add a little fresh solder before we do our sucking. Retro Techie, is it illegal to do manual labor on Canada Day? Shouldn't the Canadians all be free to watch the stream now? Oof. If there are 2 plastic caps on top of the battery that are shaped like elongated octagons, huh, that's interesting. Alright, caps off. Not that you can see it, because I didn't have it under the microscope. Okay, so we got plus there. What? Wait a second. That's not plus. Look at this. What the heck? It's showing plus next to the line. Normally if you have this line, Oh, I let Retro Techie stay on as a mod, so he posted a link. Oh, you got me, Retro Techie. So let's see. This is grounded. So we're going to put our probe on ground and figure out which one of these is negative. Neither of them. That's awesome. Freaking A. Why did I not get the suck machine out, the Moo gun? This would have worked so much better with the Moo gun. Guff Bomb just went back and took a stream with the caps on the top. Yeah, that would have been a smart thing to do. So which way... Can you tell which way the caps went? Let's go back to the main scene here. So, if we're looking at the board, I sucked the solder out of the resistor. Yeah, it's still there. Can email me the screenshot. Okay. If you want to email me at bigbadbiologist@gmail.com, you can do that. Just trying to look at this thing, see if I can make sense of it. The other thing is it might be on a signal line, like a noise suppression. Thank you, Gut Bomb. You're a rock star. Okay, yeah, so normally if you have the stripe here, that's the side, or like the mark on the cap, that's the side you put the stripe on, but they were in this way, so that's how they're gonna go now. But it is aligned with the plus properly, so at least we got that right. Oh geez, I'm dropping caps everywhere. Nope, this one goes like this. That one goes like that. Alright. Let's go back to the microscope. Oh, now I lost the chat. Thank you so much, Gut Bomb. I did suck up a little bit of that solder, so let's replenish what was on there. Sorry, I need one more eye when I do this, because I'm trying to like keep an eye on YouTube, keep an eye on the stream, see what I'm focused on, and try to cap. Okay. What a mess today is. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose subscribers like crazy for today's stream. Oh man. It's actually a lot harder to work with these smaller boards than like a whole logic board, you know? Okay. No, not that. There we go. All right. Let's get rid of all of our leads. Trina, have you fallen asleep yet? Has my voice put you to sleep yet? Alrighty, so that should be good to go now. Got our new caps, they're all in the right way. Let's see if I can get this mess back together. Okay, so we're gonna start out with our head cables. Let's see, this goes like this. These are super fragile, so be really careful if you do this kind of stuff. As I fling them about willy-nilly. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to show this on camera super well. Okay, so we got that in there. Maybe I can do a better job on this one. Okay. And snap that thing down. Okay, there's that. Okay, then we got these stupid things that you can never tell if they're actually in. Okay, there's that. First three here, next 5. Okay, I think that's everything. Now that one, Eduardo Espinoza, an influx of Farads. Yes, I love alliteration, so I tried to do my alliteration stuff today. I didn't know if anyone would get it, but you know. I gotta be me. I'm silly like that. Did I get them in right? Yeah, okay. Welcome, Eduardo. Okay. All right, let's see if we improved this, made it worse, or didn't do anything. Three, two, one. Oof. Okay. Ooh, that sounded angry. Hey, Bacchus. So far, let's show you. The first thing we did was replace these two caps, which were on the bottom of the drive. You can see this one was particularly crusty. And when we did it, it made the drive actually kind of start to work. But it still had a little bit of a seek issue in Norton. So, okay, so you can see, oh, no, you can't see. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can see it saw the drive. Let's go back to here. Oh, and this is actually a problem with my with this computer. I have no idea why it does this, but every once in a while I get this stack overflow with Norton. Seek issue. Try installing ICQ. What's ICQ? Are you making an old chat reference that I'm totally not picking up on? Oh man, oh yes, the drive was clearing its throat. Ah. You want me to make a batch file in DOS so that I don't have to do this? I could just add the path and make that work. Yeah. Come on, work. Oh, it passed the random read test that time. I'm not gonna do that one. Wow. Holy moly. This is just so, like, mind-blowing to me that the caps actually fix this floppy drive. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to shut this thing down, and we are going to finish building our 486 system. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. ICQ was pretty awesome. Yeah, another one of those, well, I mean, I've been going for an hour, but I don't know. I think it's just I'm not on my game today. I am really doing a poor job at just anything. Like, it took me forever to solder that stuff. What the hell? I'm better than that. I like to think I am. All right, say goodbye to Tech Amber's awesome test bench. We're gonna set this one aside for now. How awesome is this thing? I love this thing so much. All right, so let's talk about some stuff here. Well, all right, let's get our floppy drive in. So one thing to look out for when you're working with your floppy drives, see how the bottom holes and the top holes look different? So originally floppy drives came with 3mm screws, but a lot of times over the years, people used 632 screws on them and made the holes too big. And that's what happened here. So I have to make sure I'm using the bottom screws here. So we're going to be using the 3mm screws. The other thing to be careful of is the length of the screws. So these are fairly long 3mm screws. You just got to make sure that depending on which drive you're working with, that they don't go into anything functional. Like I wouldn't use ones this long on a 3.5-inch drive because there's typically a PCB pretty darn close. But for 5.25 drives, there tends to be more space. Oh, I hear my dog being crazy. Let's use these ones instead. Yeah, here's 4 matching screws. I need 4 matching screws. Easy, Trina. Bacchus says, I dare not venture into the world of AT retro shenanigans again. Ah, come on, Bacchus. Well, the neat thing about AT is that it seems like the boards are starting to get cheaper because it's impossible to find cases. Jeremy, yeah, I haven't had a chance to work any more on your board. Maybe we can get started on that again today. I've been trying to get rid of a couple things that have been queued up in my workshop because my workshop is such a mess right now. Okay, so we have something hanging us up here. What is hanging us up here? This case was fairly mangled when I got it, but do I have the faceplate? Oh, alright. I think I'm gonna have to move the faceplate, the whole front of the case up a little bit. So we're not gonna do that right now. Ugh. I'll have to do that off stream because it's too much of a mess to do that. Hey, One Bit's here and he's giving us his ICQ number. Okay. So with floppy drives, at least with 3.5s, normally you can look and see where the power connector is. Always double check it, but most of the time pin 1 is going to go towards the power connector. good. Let's use this one. Gotta love cable management of the AT systems with all the floppy cables and the IDE cables. I'll do that later. Just get this kind of mushed out of the way for now. Make it look pretty at some point. Okay. So there's our AT system. Let's hook up a keyboard. Oh, sorry. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you can see right there our 66. You can also hit the turbo button, and it goes down to LO for low. All right, we sought both of our floppy drives. Yeah. Case is a little tight. There we go. Oh, look at this beautiful beast. Look at how nicely those two grays match up. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. It's like beige gray. Forgot this thing. Let's put a mouse in this. Alright. While that's booting up, pay attention to this very fancy diagram that I wrote up. Oops. Looks like this. Sorry, 1 second. Just adjusting my monitor, screen, TV, whatever. Okay, there we go. Oh, you're not looking at that. Oh my gosh, you're paying attention to the studying that you're supposed to do. All right, let's go. Oh geez, what's going on? Here we go. All right, let's go discs. Oh, I didn't include both discs. Oh geez. Oh geez, Rick. Let's restart this. Gotta add the other floppy drive. Oh, it's not angry, or it's not happy about that. Okay, so this is that. This is that. Picked up a couple of XT PCs of VCF Southwest, a Model 25, nice, and a 5150 clone, very cool. All right. Let's see if it's happy in its new home. Yay. All right, look at that. Okay, so let me show you something here with the front panel thingy. All right, so like I showed you, right, with this front panel, it's not super easy to see, but when turbo's engaged, so the PC's running at its full speed, I have it set to 66. When we turn off the turbo, I have it set that it shows low. And so if you go, let's show you the website. So minus 0 degrees has everything. I think Bacchus was the one that showed me this last week, that they have the front panel connector. I think this was it was one of these three. And so if you look at this table, you can't see the whole table. Sorry, 1 second here. Right, if you say, okay, I want one here when I'm in normal mode, and then I want it to say 2 when I'm in turbo, this is how you set your jumpers on the back of this thing. I guess I should show you the jumpers on the back of this thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to here. But it's one of those 7-segment displays that were very common in these kinds of cases. So this is actually a 3-digit, which is a little bit rare. Let's see if I can show you in there. Okay, you can kind of make it out. Right, see there's a little green PCB with a bunch of jumpers on it. That's the back of our 7-segment display. And so you set the jumpers based off of what this little table tells you, right? And so they give you settings. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit here. Oh, geez. Right, for digits, but like if you want to set it to low and high, they give you settings for that. Right. But they don't tell you how the whole back is decoded, which I found really annoying. So if you have this, right, you can see we get, like if we're looking at A here, you can connect A up to 1, 2, or 3, right, depending on how you want to do this. With B, you can connect it up 1, 2, or 3. C, you can connect it up 1, 2, 3. And so basically what I figured is that if each one of the segments maps to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, and so if we go back to here, when I mapped the segments, A was here, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right, if that's one of the 7-segment displays. And then the numbers correspond to when the light is on. So if it's on 3, the light will be there all the time. So if you set your jumper to C3, so if we go back to here, right, and if we set C to 3, it'll be on all of the time. If you set it to C2, it's only on during turbo. If you set C to 1, it's only on during low speed. And so basically once I figured that out, I could reset this thing. And so now we know that if we're looking here, right, if we want our A segment to be on all the time, we set it to 3. If we want our B segment to be on only during turbo, we set that to 2, and so on. And so that's how you decode one of these things. If you happen to have this particular model of 7-segment display, let me see if I can find the model. Yeah, K568. So that's how this one works. So if you happen to have a K568 and you want to set your own things, it's actually easier for me to understand this than it was for the little jumper settings, even though, I mean, it's awesome that -0 degrees has this. I mean, they just have everything on that website that I've needed over the last couple of months. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. All right. I think what we're going to do is end today, because I left a bunch of stuff outside that I really need to go take care of because I was rushing to get in here. So yeah, I want to thank everyone that stopped by today. We have this little 486 system with a repaired floppy drive, so this is really exciting to get this thing out of here. So I want to thank Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack, Vic the Vicar, Eduardo Espinoza, Trina's Techno Babble, Gut Bomb, thank you very much. You were a huge help. One Bit Fever Dreams, Bacchus, and who else was here? Oh my gosh, there were so many people. Thank you all for commenting and stuff like that. Retro Techie was here. Garth Beagle was here. Who else was here? Crescent Jealous was here. Sorry I wasn't working on Mac stuff today. Everything was Broken Garage was here. Sloopy Malibu. And Dave's Vintage Apple Tech was here. Make sure to check out Dave's stream tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not, but I'm going to try. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Always awesome to see you. Have a lovely day. This thing.